Hey guys, today I'm gonna do my usual spooky box. I have two of them. Seems that that's the theme every time that I do a video. I have two boxes to unbox. But today, kind of wanted to talk about a couple subjects. I thought, oh, maybe since I have two boxes, I'll just split these videos into like two different videos and do part one, part two. But do you guys really want to wait for a part two? Would you rather all have it like all in one long video? Is that cool? Like, let me know. Like, would you rather me split? If I got two boxes, do you think I should do two different videos and make you guys wait? Or are you guys like pretty cool with like one pretty long video? Because I mean, it's less work for me if I just have to do one video, just sit here and talk for a while, because I can talk for a while, you guys know. I know my last video, from what I can remember, it's weird, feels like it was forever ago, I mentioned how I would, if you guys wanted me to talk about my New Orleans trip. Seems like you guys are pretty interested in that, so I'm definitely going to share that today. And a few of you reach out to me also in regards to me kind of just giving a little taste, just being tiny bit open about my previous marriage and divorce and all that. And one of you, I don't remember who it was, but one of you made the comment of like, you would love to hear more because you're going through something similar. And that has stuck with me since reading that. And it's something that maybe I've become a little passionate about because with what I went through and what I did to change my life, basically, after, what would you call it? I don't want to call it escaping, because it's not like I escaped. It seems like escape is the wrong word, but like I took the chance of change and got out of something that wasn't good or beneficial for me. And being on the other side of that, I would never want anyone to feel the feelings that I felt. I don't ever want anyone to go through what I went through, but there's people out there that are going through what I went through. And then there's, what scares me is like there's people out there that are gonna stay in relationships similar to the one that I was in, where it's not beneficial for either person. So I thought maybe in this video I want to talk about my New Orleans trip. That's a happy topic. And then maybe bring up bits of personal stuff, because I feel by now, I mean, you guys are super respectful and you're like, dude, if you don't want to share it, it's your personal life, we support you no matter what. And that's really appreciative. I mean, I'm sure some of you are like, but I want to know. And I feel like I might be a little comfortable to share a few more bits of my personal life, I guess. But I want to talk about New Orleans first, because I know you guys, I promised you basically we was gonna talk about that. So I'm gonna open this box and talk about New Orleans. And this one, actually, let's see, we've got the Dark Agenda, or Going Batty. I think Dark Agenda in New Orleans. I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there, just a guess. I feel like by now you guys know what spooky box is. Is it cool that I just keep repeating like spooky box is a monthly subscription box that you get? Is that cool? Because I mean, I still want to shout them out because they're amazing, they're great. But I mean, it's a subscription box. You guys know what those are by now, and you know what spooky box is. At least those of you who watch. But I can keep repeating myself. If it's annoying, let me know. Like, maybe I can come up with a different creative way to just go, this is spooky box. It's a box that you can purchase once a month if you would like to, or you can subscribe for an entire year, I'm pretty sure. And you could also go to, they have Spooky Box Club on Instagram, and then the hashtag Spooky Box Club. So something different. I don't know why I did that voice, but anyway, spooky box. I love you. And as you can see, I hung this tapestry. This is from one of the spooky box, and then these are the bats from the first spooky box ever. I stuck them on my ceiling here and they've stayed there. If I ever move whenever I mean, one day I'll have to, you know, I can't live here forever, but I'm taking these with me and they're going on my ceiling. And I love this tapestry. It's like I wake up every morning and see this. So I love this. I love spooky rocks, can you tell? Okay, so this is the, what is it, Dark Agenda. I'll pop that later. Oh, some candy. Parma violet, giant Parma violets. Delicately perfumed violet sweets. Give those to my boyfriend's kids. Ooh, is this like a pencil pouch thing? Dude. Heck yeah. Dude, this looks very similar to the little, there's like a little tablet case that came with bats all over it, one spooky box. I use that to put my, I don't know if it was for a tablet, it might have been for like a journal or whatever, but I use it for my tablet. And this looks very similar. Ooh, this is like a, it's like a pleathery material. Ooh, it looks, does this look pink to you guys? Because in real life, it's like purple, it's like lavender. But it looks pink when I look on my phone. I got a new phone, by the way. It's like, I don't know, can you tell the difference with video quality? I don't know, I can't. I'm not sure. I just use it for videos. This is cool. I like this. Dude, you could put makeup brushes in. Oh, I could put makeup brushes in this. Because sometimes when I travel, I don't like to throw my makeup brushes. I'm weird when it comes to makeup. I'm not like pro or nothing. But when I travel with my makeup stuff, everything's just in one big bag. But my makeup brushes, I'm like, oh, I don't want them touching like anything that'll, I don't know, ruin the bristles. I don't know. This would be perfect for makeup brushes when I travel. Ooh, I like this. Ooh, and it's lined in. I don't even complete my words. Okay, let's set this here. I love the pens. Ooh, this one's big. It's a to-do list. Okay, this is my kind of to-do list. So it looks like this. Man, everything looks pink. I mean, it is kind of pinkish. Okay, to-do list. Carve a pumpkin, order pizza, watch scary movies, eat all the candy. I like this to-do list. I actually had pizza the other day and it was delicious. It was gluten-free because I can't have gluten. Oh, is this a racer? So New Orleans, sorry. I'm getting pretty distracted with this figure out. So New Orleans, August of this 2018. Little bone eraser. I'm pretty sure it's an eraser. Let's find out. Yep, spooky bone eraser. Whee! Okay, so in August, my boyfriend and I decided, well, we had planned a trip to New Orleans. He kind of knew about it for a long time because one of his really good friends was getting married, and it was kind of like the perfect opportunity to go to New Orleans. And so we make our trip. I think we were there for 4 days, I think. And the flight there, so I, previous to this trip, terrified of flying. Like, I don't like flying. Turbulence, I hate even just like thinking that there's a possibility of turbulence. I always have like severe anxiety going through like security. My brain tells me, oh, you're gonna get in trouble. I don't know why, like, what's the worst that could happen? They just pat you down? Maybe inappropriately? I don't know. That's not really what I'm afraid of. I just have this anxiety going through security. Like, I'm gonna get in trouble, something's gonna happen, and my brain just overthinks everything. And my previous relationship, I never felt safe with that person. And I never felt like they would take care of me or comfort me or make me feel better. He always tried to toughen me up, just like, oh, get over it, or, you know, just, you're overthinking it. And I mean, it just made everything worse. And so this trip, I felt safe with who I was with. My boyfriend, I feel extremely safe with him. And going through security, not a problem. Getting on the airplane, I was a bit worried because I can have some anxiety, severe anxiety, flying, taking off, landing, all that stuff. This flight was like, I've never been more relaxed. And I think what made the biggest difference was who I was with. And so I was just more blown away by myself. Like, I was like So it really matters who you're with when taking like a scary trip or like going on an adventure. Like it really matters who you're going with and how you feel with that person and how they make you feel. And so the flight was just not a problem. I had a little anxiety when we had a layover, because it was like we landed and it was like, oh, we're not over, we're gonna have to get back on and then go again. So I was like, I was kind of mentally done flying, and then to get back on and have to take off again, I was like, oh, I really don't want to. But then my boyfriend was there, gave me his arm, hugged the shit out of his arm, and I was fine. And so the flight there was not a problem, which is weird. So it made me go, I could go anywhere in the world with this guy because I'm not afraid with him. Get to New Orleans, get off the plane, get out of the airport, get to our Uber. You know, first thing a lot of people think of is the humidity. It sucked. Going outside, I'm like, so when is this gonna clear up? Like, I'm just thinking like, oh, I just walked out of I walked into a really hot sauna shower, and it's like, is this gonna like eventually like settle? No, it's not. I'm like, I had to go, this is it. This is humidity. And this is probably my first like legit feeling of humidity. I felt it a bit in Hawaii when I went a few years back for my honeymoon years ago. But really not that bad there. So humidity, gross. But the one thing that kept me through the whole trip was knowing that this isn't forever. This is, you know, it's, if I was moving here, I'd be like, okay, fuck this. Like, this is awful. But it was like, you know what? This is a trip. We're only here for a few days. Humidity, I can live with, you know? I mean, it was sucky. I was dripping constantly, just melting, saturated in nasty wetness. And, yeah, so we stayed in this like amazing bed and breakfast place run by these two guys, and like super old house. I can't remember when it was built, early 1900s, late 1800s, I don't remember. Old giant mansion basically, and we stayed like in one of the back rooms. It was amazing. It was awesome. I've never stayed in a place like that before. And like had coffee every morning, breakfast every morning. I mean, that was amazing. And a friend of mine, Jessica, she had been there and she had given me a whole bunch of recommendations, like, here's all the places you need to go. And if we didn't have that list, I mean, that list made the whole trip like everything. And we went to, I'm probably going to say all of this out of order, but we went to the Museum of Death. We were not allowed to take pictures. I remember I checked in there on Facebook, but you're not allowed to take pictures, and there's like hidden cameras everywhere, so they're gonna catch you. But the Museum of Death, you guys, never like have I ever experienced anything like this. It was insane. You walk in and it's like you walk in and there's like a bunch of merch, the counter, you pay like however much it costs to go in through the museum, and it's a self-tour thing, so you go in through the curtains. And first thing you see is like all these animal skeletons and taxidermy, and I'm thinking, this is my place. And I didn't really know what to think. Like, I didn't really have any expectation of what this museum was gonna be like. I didn't know if it was like how much death is there? Like, that's what I kept thinking. Like, how close to death are we talking? Oh, skeletons. Okay. Like, is it just taxidermy and skeletons and like anatomy, you know, stuff like that? Walking through the skeletons, taking my time, looking at all the things. And then you keep going, and then it's like serial killers. And like, there's crime photos. The whole ceiling, like, not ceiling, but like the close to the, like the trim, it's all death masks of like celebrities and like well-known people. Robin Williams was up there. I don't remember the others right now, but that's one I remember because it's just bizarre. But just, there was like Manson, there's Jeffrey Dahmer, there's Ted Bundy. Like, there's all these cabinets, glass cabinets with like memorabilia, like pictures, and then like artifacts, like Manson's clothes were there, and artwork, and like all these other serial killers I hadn't even heard of. And dude, I had to pee. So you go in the back where there's a bathroom. When you go to the back, there's this big theater room. I mean, not too big. It's like, it's your average like living room size, but they have like a huge screen on the wall, and they're just playing like people, like videos of people getting shot or shooting themselves, like not censored whatsoever. And like no one is in the little theater, like no one's watching, people will walk through and then they stay for a few minutes and then they leave. When I went to the bathroom, I'm sitting on the toilet and I happen to look up, and there's just a framed picture, nicely framed picture, photograph, someone who had blown their head off. It's just, I was like, yep, all right, this is the most unique museum I've ever been in. And they had some like war memorabilia. I think it was like the Civil War, like a cabinet full of that stuff. Yeah, they had a, well, like South American like cannibal tribe stuff. Yeah, left. And out of that one, we were gonna go to the pharmacy museum, but they were closed. That was one that a lot of people, like a lot of my friends, recommended me to go, but they were closed. And so every time I told someone, no, they were closed. So if you guys were gonna suggest that I go there, or go, did you go there? They were closed for like renovations or like whatever. So that was kind of a bummer, because I was told that that was an amazing museum. Oh, where else did we go? We went to, is that Madame Laveau's voodoo room? It was like a little shop, like a merch shop, selling all kinds of knickknacks and like all kinds of stuff. And almost every little gift shop had like an altar where like you left like something out of respect, or I wouldn't say worship, but just like, I don't know, something like idolizing, basically, like a voodoo person or someone of like some importance in New Orleans. There was a lot of those, and they're like, no pictures. So there's a lot that I couldn't take pictures of, but so went to a few voodoo shops. Where else did we go? Jazz, like, yes, we went to all, like, so much jazz, like, just people on the street corner with a trumpet or whatever, just playing jazz music everywhere. Even though like it was hot and just the air's wet and you're wet and you feel nasty and bleh, every time you would walk by, because we spent majority of the time on the French Quarter. Oh, my nose. Ugh. Every time you walked by like a jazz club or a store or whatever, it blasted freezing cold AC. So you're walking around, you're like, oh, I'm getting overheated. Any place has AC. You're like, oh, let's just stop in this jazz club, get a drink, and cool off for a bit, and then go to the next one. We went to, one of my favorites was probably the Spotted Cat. That was I don't know why I liked that jazz club so much. I liked that when you went to the bathroom, there's a piano there in the bathroom. And I like the jazz music I heard there. I'm sure there's plenty other really good ones, but yeah, that was really cool. I posted some videos a while back in August on my Instagram, just a few videos, a few pictures. But my favorite part of this trip, and I was saving it for, I mean, this isn't the last story, but second to last. Favorite part, we went to a vampire gift shop, and they had like vampire stuff, like fangs and artwork and all kinds of stuff. Just walking around looking at stuff. We didn't find anything, and we were just like, well, let's just go ahead and leave. We go get ready to leave, and the lady behind the counter basically, don't want to give it away because I feel like it's secret, and we were selected for a reason. Now, we were selected and got basically invited to go to this speakeasy secret vampire bar, and I was told also, and read and heard from people, that if you go to I heard there's many speakeasies, like secret hidden things that you can get secretly invited to go. And if you go to New Orleans, and let's say you go to New Orleans, you can find this vampire gift shop thing, and you go there and you ask, hey, I want to go to the speakeasy. They're gonna go, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you have to be invited. You can't just go, I want requests to go. You have to be invited. And that, I feel like that's how a lot of these secret places are. So basically we got invited to a secret speakeasy, and at first it was like, is this real? Are we gonna go and then like die? Like, how safe is this? But we're like, together, we're brave, and he will never let anything happen to me. Like, I can imagine like what would even happen to someone who tried. And so we go to where they told us to go, climb up these stairs. No, you go through this, you go through this one bar, and you tell them a secret thing. I'm not gonna like give it away. You tell them the secret phrase that they tell you to say, and then you go up these stairs and you unlock this door and you're there. And dude, it was rad. Just going into this really dimly lit room with all these velvet couches, a fireplace, and like this tiny little bar, and the lady behind the counter goes, welcome. And we had absinthe, like they were an absinthe bar, and they lit the absinthe on fire. And I'm like meh when it comes to absinthe. It's like the flavor. I'm not much of a licorice, like black licorice person, but yeah. So that, but it was just quiet and chill music, and there's crazy shit happening down on Bourbon Street. You can hear the party. Like, I'm not much of a, like, I like the quiet and the chill and just hearing the crazy outside. So that was probably one of my favorite parts of that trip, was just taking this chance to just go find this hidden bar. And the last day, man, I'm like neglecting this box. I'm just like all into the story. I'm sure you guys are fine. But the last day on the trip, we fit in, I found gluten-free jambalaya, I found gluten-free crab cake. So a lot of my friends were like concerned, like, hopefully you'll be able to find gluten-free food. And surprisingly enough, we were. And it was great. That last day though, we're like, let's take the ferry boat, steamboat ride on the Mississippi. And so we got we're wanting to get like across the tracks to go. Did we buy our tickets already? I think we did. Did we? I'm trying to remember. Or maybe we didn't. I don't remember. Anyway, I just remember there's a train in the way, and there's all these people waiting on one side. This train has stopped on the tracks. It's not moving nowhere. And everyone's just like, we're all standing there, big group of people, and we hear a couple people go, man, just hop the train. Oh, but what if it moves? Like, everyone's like thinking like, man, it's just right there, and like the boat's gonna leave soon, and all this stuff. And my boyfriend looks at me, and I look at him, and he was like, how brave are you? And I was like, I don't know. He's like, would you hop a train with me? I was like, I don't know. He was like, he looked at me and he's like, look at me. If we were the only two people in the world, fuck all these people, are you brave? And I was like, yes. Dude, we hopped the train. We just hopped on it, climbed over it, hopped over it. Everyone was watching like, oh my God, they did it. Got to the other side, a few people were clapping. My boyfriend's like, yeah. And we got in line to get on the boat, and maybe 10 minutes later, like the train moves and a herd of people come up. I mean, the line was crazy. And it's like, if we would have waited, like, it's probably not okay to hop a train. Like, it's probably like not recommended. I don't even know if that's legal. Probably not. But we would have been amongst that big group of people trying to find a spot in line and hoping that we would get on the boat. And that was great. And then we get on the boat. We have our mint juleps sitting on the train. That was like the perfect end to the trip, really. And I was happy to come home. And it was just to be able to fly, get home, land, get off the plane, get out of the airport, and just like, I can breathe. So that was quite a feeling of just like, whoa, the air just feels so light, and I can breathe it in. So that was yeah, so that was my New Orleans trip. Have any of you guys been to New Orleans? I mean, there's many other things that we did, like where we ate food, and like, you know, the wedding was great that we went to. Oh dude, we got more pencils. Sorry, I got distracted. Oh, and these are nice. They got caps on them. Okay, I use my other Spooky Box pencils from, I can't remember what box that was, but they're all black. I like these because they have the caps, so I can sharpen them and they'll stay sharpened. What did they say? Witch please, creep it real. And if you've got it, haunt it. Yeah, these are nice. I like these. Can always use more pencils, and I guess those can go in that little pouch. Gothic stamps for planner and journal enthusiasts. Okay, this is rad. They're stamps. Does it look backwards for you guys? I don't know, probably. But this is really cool. They're just stamps, so, oh, they're like rubber stamps. Little bats and like, oh, this is cool. Good little bat stamp. This is cool. I haven't used rubber stamps in a really long time, but I like it. Lunch, dinner, ritual, vegan, veggie picnic, diet, hot, cold, Valentine's. That's right. Is this like a calendar thing? Get my hair everywhere. This is cool. It's like a daily planner, like a to-do list, and I like this. This is cool. Help me plan my week, Spooky Box. Thanks. And a calendar. Is this for 2019? Probably. I would assume so, but yeah, this is cool. Oh, cool. Because then I could put this on the little mini fridge that we have up here. Yep, 2019. It says it like right in the back. Haha. Haha. Okay, let's make sure I got everything in this box. So, yep, the calendar print, the planner desk pad. Oh, this desk pad. And stamps, the pencil case, the pencil set, and protector caps, which I love. The spooky list pin, bone eraser, and the candy. Sweet, we got everything. So let's stick all this back in here. Is this like the first Spooky Box that I didn't get like all that like torn up paper? You know what I'm talking about? It always gets everywhere. Just got this thing that I can pop later. Those make the loudest pops. I'm gonna sip my coffee, take a little breather before I start the next box. I mean, this is a 27-minute video. Are you guys sure? I could totally split this up in a two-parter. Not like you guys can tell me right now. I mean, you guys are probably, no, don't. All right. This is the Going Batty box. I like bats. Did you guys know, I probably mentioned this before. Did you know that my spirit animal is a bat? Found it from a shaman. My friend's mom is a shaman, and she told me. She also she found my boyfriend's spirit animal, and his spirit animal is a polar bear. Mine's a bat, his is a polar bear. And they're both very fitting, I feel, for us. But yeah. All right, so this box, Going Batty. Oh yeah, and I was gonna share with you personal stuff. So talked about all the fun things. Now I'm like all hyped up on fun. And now I'm like, oh, time for the real stuff. Maybe I should have flopped the stories, but I feel like you guys needed to hear New Orleans first, because you guys, I promised you guys that like whenever I made that video. Ooh, a pin. Nap Queen. You know what's funny is that's funny. Before when I was with my ex, I never took naps. I was not a nap person, and I was pretty determined that naps aren't for me. I just lay there. And it's so easy for me to take naps now. Not sure why. There's so much that I didn't know about myself not being with that other person and being with who I'm with now. Never took naps before. And now if I'm like, dude, I need a nap, I lay down and actually take a nap. And I've never been a nap person before. It's bizarre. It's like I'm really discovering who I am genuinely as a person, because with who I was with, we weren't right for each other. I mean, it was a relationship that we got together so young. We didn't grow together. I couldn't be who he wanted me to be. And when I tried to communicate, it wasn't easy. He didn't make it easy. And so with my change in 2018 to change my life completely and go through so much shit, I mean, it's amazing where I am now and how bad it was. And like now I'm at a point where I'm like, I almost don't even remember what it was like. And that's a good feeling. I mean, I won't ever forget, because it was, I mean, when you're with I was with him for a very long time. And when you're with somebody for a very long time, because, you know, there's habits you have to break. There's things that you were wired to think and say and do, and you have to break those. Because I'm not going to sit here and just go, it was all his fault. Because I own parts of it, you know. I mean, I had even told him, if I had been this honest with him 5 years ago, we probably still would have ended up in a divorce. So it's like, either way, no matter what, we weren't right for each other. He could have done all the right things, I could have done all the right things, and we weren't meant for each other. There was nothing either of us could do to stay together. And I wanted out so bad, to be honest. And I just couldn't, I didn't have the strength or the courage to do it. I mean, some people, and even him, were just like, why didn't you just say this sooner? Like, why didn't you do it a long time ago? And it's like, sometimes you don't have the strength to do it. And sometimes you also don't want to admit that you have to give up. So it's, you know, you don't know unless you've gone through something like this. And to be able to think for myself and to be with somebody who loves me for me and encourages me to be me. I mean, you guys know that I've done like my jewelry, like my bone jewelry and my oddities and my skulls and all that stuff. And I've had several people tell me, like, after they find out that I'm no longer with him and they see that I'm doing it again, that I'm creating jewelry. I mean, I'm posting on Instagram a little bit more and about my work and updating my website, and how before I wasn't, like, in most of 2017 and 2018, I kind of just quit doing my jewelry. I quit doing what I love, because I wasn't supported by the person that I was with. He didn't like my jewelry. The only thing he liked was that it made some money, but he didn't like it. Everything that I enjoyed was too dark for him. And you know what? That's another reason why we weren't right for each other, because I like what I like. I like skulls. I like Halloween. He didn't really at all. And, you know, that's okay. You know, us staying together was not good for either of us. And he didn't want, the thing is, I'm the one who did the leaving. He didn't want things to end. And I just kept hoping, like, he would just go, yeah, I was hoping for the longest time that he would just go, yeah, you know what, we're not right for each other. But it's not easy to admit all that, especially with change and stuff. And it wasn't easy for him. I mean, it wasn't easy for me either. And any of you who have had to be the one to break up with somebody, it's not easy. Just because that's what you want doesn't make it any less hard. But you know, I love all this dark stuff, and I'm with someone who encourages me to create it and encourages me to just be myself. And I mean, he's creative as well, and we're collabing on things. And it's like, I've had several people, even my brother, like, it's like, I'm so glad that you're doing this again. And then my brother actually thanks my boyfriend, thank you for getting her to do this again. Because it's so important that, you know, when you're partnered with somebody, that you encourage each other, and you want to. You don't do it out of obligation. It's 100% genuine. And I mean, I have no doubt that I am with my soulmate now. And it's weird because before I just would always think like, soulmates, it's just a fairy tale. Like true love, I don't even know what that is. I think that's just all Hollywood. It's not real. And it's real. And it took me a long time to actually have the balls to get out of a relationship that wasn't good. If I had to be the one to get out, I feel like it was meant to be me, I guess, to be the one to leave, because I feel like I held him back from doing what he wanted and he held me back. So we held each other back. And I feel like now we can move on and be better for other people. And I'm with who I'm supposed to be with. And I hope that one day he will find somebody that he'll be better with and that he's meant to be with as well. So it's like, I don't wish harm on anybody, even though there were things that I had to live with that were not great. And maybe I'm not comfortable enough to share those things. But I've shared a lot already that I'm kind of like, ooh, this is a little raw and a little honest, but yeah. So with, you know, we make mistakes as people, and it's okay to make mistakes. For myself, my mistake was with my past relationship. I never told anybody my issues or concerns with my relationship. I never talked to anybody. I didn't talk to my mom. And even the people that I talked to after, like my friends that I let in, they were just like, did you have anyone to talk to? I didn't tell anybody. I kept it all inside because, for one, it's hard to admit when you have doubts in a relationship. I'm stubborn, and I was like, no, maybe I'm just overthinking. No, I was in denial and just like, oh, well, I'm stuck. It was like, I was just going to accept the fact that I was stuck in a terrible relationship. And I had this thought of, I'm not happy. I wasn't happy for years. And I got to the point where my thought was, I would lay down at night and I would just go, this is how it is. This is as good as my life's gonna get. And you know what? I'll just be free when I die. And that is no way to live life. And when I had that thought, I remember thinking, that's not right. That's not right at all. And that's a hard thing for some people to hear from me, is that I had those thoughts. And a lot of them are like, oh, I wish you would have told me. And it's like, I didn't tell anybody. I kept it to myself. And the day that I decided to be honest, and when it came out of my mouth, there was no taking it back. It was like I said, I want to be free. And it was like, I'm gonna be free. I don't want to. I'm going to. I'm going to break this. And when I'm done, I'm done. I'm the type of person that when I want something to be over, I'm just gonna make it be over. There's no changing my mind. There's no convincing me. And it was like, because I'd held it in for so long, and when I finally was honest and just said it, it was like, what's done is done. I'm getting out. Nothing anyone can say. There's plenty of people that's tried to change my mind, and it wasn't gonna happen. Ever. All right, let's see what's in this bag. Take a breather from this deep conversation. This looks like candy. Fizz Whiz. Super, super loud. Dude, I'm giving this to my boyfriend's kids. Boom Vampire Gum. What does Boom Vampire Gum mean? Filled fizzy candy. Mouth painter? Okay, I'm like, this is great. Vampire Gum. Boom. Like, the boom makes me think, is it gonna like explode in their mouth? Also, one thing that I had to be honest about, and I haven't even been this honest with like certain people that I know, like personally, but I feel like on here you guys are a lot less judgy sometimes. But one of the things is my entire life I knew, because I grew up in church. I might have already mentioned this. I apologize if I'm repeating myself, but well, while I untangle this necklace that comes in here, I'm gonna tell you this story. Growing up in church, super religious, I was very involved. I thought I was happy. You know, you're taught and told what to think, how to feel, what to believe, not to ask questions. And, you know, I grew up thinking, well, this is what you're supposed to do. You go to school, you graduate high school, you date, you find a boyfriend, you get married, you have kids, and then that's your life. You're a stay-at-home mom. You know, submit to your husband, you don't ask questions, you go to church every Sunday, and you be involved, and that's your life. And then you grow old and you have grandkids, and you know, I mean, there's more to life when you have kids, you know. I mean, I know, like, there's things that, you know, you can have interests and hobbies and things like in between having kids, but I was just told that this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get married, have kids. That's like the staple things you're supposed to do. No question, you can't do any different. And if you question, like, oh, but what if I don't want kids? Oh, that's a big no-no. You have to procreate. So one of the big things that ended my previous relationship was, I've known in my gut my whole life, I don't want to procreate children. And I know some have considered that to be very sad and very unfortunate. I just don't feel that that is my purpose, if that makes sense. I don't feel my purpose is to just create a human being. Like, I feel like there are other ways I can live out my legacy. And my boyfriend's kids, I love them. Doesn't mean that I don't want them as kids. Okay, I got this super cute necklace. You guys, this is a little bat. And I'm gonna wear it today because, oh my god, I love it. And it took a while to untangle, but I'm gonna wear it. Hopefully the chain's long enough. Oh my god, get on there. Come on. But I love my boyfriend's kids, and I relate to them so well. Yeah, it fits right underneath my other necklace. Oh, yeah, you guys see that? Oh, it's so cool. Let me make sure I hooked it on there good enough. I was having a hard time finding the, okay, let's do this again one more time. But I feel so at home with my boyfriend's kids, and I'm so comfortable with them, and they love me, and they are comfortable with me, and it's like, it's so surreal. I can't even explain the feelings that I have about them. Even I can't even explain the feelings sometimes that I have about my boyfriend, where I just feel this cosmic connection with him and his kids, where it's like, it just feels so right. This feels like this is what I've been waiting for my whole life. And you don't know what a relief it is, because I was so pressured to have children before in my previous relationship. To not have that pressure is so relieving. Also, not to have that pressure to, well, we're gonna have to go to church. We're gonna have to go to church. I mean, it's just, and I know some might go, well, now that you don't have that pressure, you might want them. It's like, no, actually, no. It's much like, now I'm in a relationship with someone who lets me be me. I'm so much more comfortable being me. And I can, it's like I can just breathe and relax. And I feel like, to my core, I've made the right decision. And it's like, not all my family knows, not all my friends know, not a lot of people know that I don't want to birth children. And it's like, I'm just waiting for the day people make those, oh, but that's so sad, that's, you know, it's like, it's been wired in a lot of people, religious or not, that you're supposed to procreate, you're supposed to have a family, that's what you're supposed to do. But what I would like to know is, those of you that also have chosen not to birth children, whether you don't want children at all, or if you have stepchildren, or you adopt children. I just want to know how many of you are out there. You know, it's just to relate, because I can't be the only one out there. It's like when I started my YouTube, it was I wanted to tell ghost stories and things that I'd experienced, because I can't be the only one experiencing these things. And so the same thing goes, and I've reached out to many of you, and you guys will experience the similar things. So it's the same thing with like divorce. I'm not the only one who's ever gotten a divorce. But when I felt alone, I don't want anyone else to feel that way. So if any of you out there have felt alone in your terrible relationship, you're not alone in your feelings. I know what that feels like. And the same thing can go for, hey, I don't want to create a human. I mean, I can't be the only one. So with my fears and my feelings about my decision and how it feels right for me, but terrified of like other people's reactions, or maybe just getting flack for making this decision, it's like, can we just all relate and maybe encourage each other, especially those who don't maybe understand, to be a little more open-minded about, you know, us choosing to not do this? Ooh, what's this? Oh, is this like a letter opener? Or is it a hair stick? Dude, this could be a letter opener. It's a little thick to be, but it's a bat. Is it a hair stick? I need to, okay, got this. I think it's the hair stick, which would be pretty cool. But it could also, I mean, it could be a letter opener, but I feel like it's not. And, ooh, what's this? Dude, it's a keychain and it's a bat. I'm so happy that there's bat stuff, because I loved the first spooky box that I ever got. It's so fuzzy and it's soft and it's fucking cute. Oh my God. But the first spooky box ever was all bats, and I love this. Ooh, ooh. Oh, okay, this is cool. Glittery bat mini garland. I can put these together and string it. Oh my God, I'm so gonna do that. Come here, bat. Okay, these are cool. They're just a bunch of, oh, you can't even see the glittery side. Oh, that's kind of cool that there's a glittery side and a not glittery side. So if you wanted to, it would look good from both sides, either side. That's rad. Okay, let's put these back in this bag. And I believe this is probably the string that it goes with. So let's put that in there. And, oh, a little box. Oh, are they earrings? Oh, they're earrings. These are so cute. I could put them in my second hole, because I always wear something really tiny in my second hole. Oh my God, oh my God. I could wear them today, but you wouldn't even be able to see it. I love this little bat necklace. I'm wearing it. Bat Book Buddy. Oh, this is like a little bookmark. We got one before, like a skull one in a past spooky box. But it's like a, come here. Yeah, I like it. Oh, it flew away. Or I'm just throwing things. But it sticks to like your pages really well. How cute. But I kind of want to stick them back in here. All right, well, that looks like that's it. Let's see. The glittery bat mini garland, the wicked bat necklace, the pom-pom key ring. Oh, it's made with vegan leather and faux fur. Going Batty hair stick. So this is a hair stick. Pretty rad. I don't even own a hair stick. The bookmark, yep. The bat stud earrings, Nap Queen pin, and the candies. Yep, so we got everything. That's sweet. Cool, dude. All right, well, favorite things out of this. Okay, this necklace is definitely one of my favorite. I always have to pick like a favorite. I love this from this box, and I love the pencil pouch from the other box, which I might use for makeup. And I'm totally giving my boyfriend's kids the candy, because that's what you do. And I do like this. This is, I might just throw it on my bag. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. Oh, that was a lot to process. I feel like I just went to like therapy or something. It was just like having a heart to heart. Sorry I had to end it on like a deep topic. But I like that I was able to finally share my New Orleans story and get that, you know, told, because I really wanted to tell you guys that. And yeah, so this video is like, it's too long. This is stupid. Is it stupid, or are you guys all right? I don't know. You tell me. I don't know. But I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna finish my coffee, eat breakfast, go to work, do the usual. You probably noticed that my YouTube name is just my name. I needed to delete and basically start over. It's about time for me, I felt, to start over with, like, I don't know if I want to be Lady Locks anymore, because my previous name, I mean, it's still my legal name, but previous name was Locks, and it's still my legal name, but I changed a lot of my personal things to just my maiden name, basically, just because I can. And I don't think I want to be Locks, like Lady Locks on things. So I'm kind of slowly transitioning those things. So I got a new email, and I was transferring things over to that, and I was like, how am I going to do my YouTube? Like, can I just change the name? And it was like, it was so complicated, but I somehow figured out. I don't think I could repeat it. I don't think I could tell you how I did it. But I transferred everything to my new email, and it just automatically changed my YouTube channel name to my name. So it's different. And you probably noticed that. And I have a new Snapchat, so you guys can follow me on that, because, you know, my old Snapchat, you can't change your username, which is very bizarre. It's 2018, almost 2019. Get with the times, Snapchat. But created a new one. It's now Annie Lady 86. So you can follow me on Snapchat there. I might change my Instagram. I'm not sure yet. I haven't changed it yet. Might even change my website. Hasn't happened yet. But I feel like there's gonna be lots of changes in 2019, and kind of like wait until then to like do my last minute changes on all kinds of things. So anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope we can relate on all the things that I've talked about. But I will talk to you later. Bye.